Tea with Z. It's absolutely fantastic to be with you again this morning. And yeah, I'm really, I guess, quite on a high this morning, as you can tell, although I hope I present every Tea with Z with the same level of energy. But I've just released an article that I've been featured in, which is, I'm super blessed about and super grateful for. So the Australian Business Journal featured an article on the top 15 Australian sales experts to watch in 2021. And I'm so blessed to have been honored with a feature in that article. So if you haven't checked it out yet, jump on any of my socials, really, Instagram, the Facebook page, or LinkedIn. And there's a link to the article there. So thank you so much. What I wanted to really do is start off by saying, a sincere thank you to everybody that has supported me so far on this journey, because it's been an absolutely incredible ride to date, but this is just the beginning. There's so much more to come. I caught up with an amazing colleague yesterday, and we had a really good chat, her and I, and there's some new things that we're rolling out, which I'm extremely excited about coming up to the end of this quarter. And what I really wanted to do, I guess, as part of Tea with Z, was really talk about, I guess, the challenges that we face and the opportunities that, I guess, lie within those challenges. But before we do that, like always, Tea with Z, you need a cup of tea if you're doing Tea with Z, or a hot beverage, or your toast, or your cereal, whatever it is. And I know that 8 o'clock for a lot of people is the mad rush out of the door. So what I did actually want to touch on as well is I am going to be publishing the audio versions of the Tea with Z episodes very soon as well. So you can listen to Tea with Z in your car or wherever you go along your travels in the morning, which I'm very excited about. So stay tuned for that as well. And so there's a lot happening. So today's topic, challenges versus opportunities. Now, we're seeing a lot of discontent, particularly in New South Wales, but more so in Victoria lately. I guess that's being published on the media. And unfortunately, I empathize. At the end of the day, it's been extremely challenging for the state of play when it comes to business, when it comes to health entrepreneurship, whether it comes to your personal health and well-being, particularly during times of isolation and lockdown. And when we look at the role in which challenges play in our lives, we can take two sorts of mindsets. We can take one of looking at those challenges as opportunities, or we can look at those challenges as roadblocks and things that are just holding us back from our potential to succeed, and our limitless potential at that. And when we look at the challenges in our lives and by the way, if you are jumping on, and I'm seeing more people jump on this morning, thank you so much for joining. I'd love to make this as interactive as possible. So if you're jumping on, say hi, for sure, because unfortunately I can't see exactly who's watching. It doesn't tell me exactly who's watching. It just tells me that there's people watching. So if you are watching, jump on and say hi. I'd love to give you a shout out on these episodes as well on Tea with Z. So yeah, but when we look, coming back to challenges, when we look at challenges as as a roadblock along our entrepreneurial journey, as a roadblock along, our pathways to achieve our mission and to achieve our success and our goals, if we're focusing so much on the negatives of that, it's very hard for us to actually come out of those feelings, out of that mindset, and actually capitalize on the gold that lies within the challenges. And thank you, Tash. And I must say, actually, you know what? I'm going to dedicate a special mention to Tash this morning. Natasha, for all of you that don't know, Natasha is my amazing wife. Natasha is she jumps on Tea with Z every morning while feeding Sarah. So this is Sarah's feed time. And I digress away from our chat, but I just wanted to give a special mention and acknowledgement because it's so true. Behind every every great man, there's an even greater woman, and for me, that is so, so true. And so from my heart to yours, Tash, thank you so much for all of your support. On this journey, and I'm so glad that we're in this together. So thank you. All right, jumping back to, so when we look at the mindset of challenges and the roadblocks that they face and present in our lives, if we're so fixated on those roadblocks, if we are so fixated on the obstacles that they present, it is extremely hard for us to dig ourselves out of that. Unless we are taking a perspective back, unless we are looking at our business on a top down, unless we are actually taking a step back rather than being so fixated in the business, but actually taking a step back to actually go, well, how can I strategically look at this? Why are these challenges and obstacles placed in my lap right now? And what are the opportunities from that? Because you are right where you need to be at this very moment. And let me let that sink in. You are right where you need to be at this very moment. And if we approach each and every situation with that same mindset, then we know that for whatever reason, whatever situation, whatever, whatever world we find ourselves in, we are right where we need to be at that very moment. And if we use that mindset, then what we can do is actually take that step back and then leverage the opportunities that come from being in that state. And it's only if we are open to actually exploring those opportunities and digging for that gold in line with that. And Kamal, thanks so much, Kamal. Thanks for jumping on, mate. And Kamal, a shout out to you, mate, as well. Kamal has literally watched me grow up. So Kamal, thank you so much for jumping on this morning and supporting me along this journey, mate. I really, really appreciate it. So thank you, mate. And so if we're taking that step back and actually looking for the gold within those challenges, looking for the opportunities that are presented with those challenges, and they might not be very obvious, but if we don't take the time to actually step back and look at our business strategically and look at our own health entrepreneurial journey strategically, we're going to miss that gold. We're going to miss the gold, and the gold lies in the lessons. The gold lies in the lessons. And a lot of people would attribute the success and that the acknowledgement that I've received from the Australian Business Journal as to what I've done in the past. But what I've done in the past is just this. What I've done in the past is leveraged the challenges, turned those into and looked at the lessons from them, and actually then turn those into opportunities and maximize the opportunities from that. And without having that mindset, without actually having that mindset to look at a situation and to go, well, how can this situation serve me best? And why am I being presented with this situation? And what do I need to do differently to capitalize and leverage this situation? Without having that mindset, it would have been impossible to have achieved the same success that we did within our pharmacy. We were one of 13 pharmacies within a 3-kilometer radius, including 2 massive big box discounters that turned over combined in excess of $30 to $35 million. So when you look at those challenges, if you're entering this world with that mindset of, oh, look, this is too hard, I can't see the opportunities here, look, I'm just going to bury my head in the sand, of course, what's the outcome going to be? But if you look at it as going, okay, I'm being presented with this challenge. Why am I being presented with this challenge? For what purpose am I being presented with this challenge? And how can I strategically overcome these challenges? Through leveraging my networks, through leveraging my resources, through planning, through looking at the trends, through looking at the strengths within our businesses, through looking at the weaknesses. We can then transform ourselves along our own health entrepreneurial journey to actually maximize and leverage where we want to head. And a great example of this right now, and I'm actually doing a webinar on this later in the week, is the opportunities that lie in professional service delivery. If you're in the healthcare space and a health entrepreneur running a healthcare business for profit, because at the end of the day, whilst we are altruistic, we've got a business to run. We need to keep our lights on. And so at the end of the day, if we need to ensure that we are, I guess, profitable at the end of the day, we need to be able to maximize and capitalize on the opportunities that present to us. And not only times of success and joy, but in times of challenge and threat. Because in those times of challenge and threat is where the true gold lies. You see it now. You see a lot of companies now leveraging the opportunities that COVID has presented. We're in the midst of a pandemic, and yet some companies are absolutely thriving. They've seen unprecedented growth. And with challenge always comes opportunity. It's whether or not we want to actually leverage that. We want to grab that by the horns and actually take advantage of it. And so that's my question to you today is what challenge are you facing within your own health entrepreneurial journey? And what are you doing about it? Are you digging your head in the sand and ignoring the challenges that are presented to you or the challenges that you know are on the horizon? Or are you leveraging the opportunities and digging and mining for that gold within these challenges to ensure that you're not only successful and surviving, but you're actually thriving? You're actually thriving. And that's a key difference there. And that to me is the ultimate difference. That to me is the absolute ultimate difference. And that's the same mindset and philosophies that's allowed me to transition to where I've gotten today and where I plan to go next. Because, like I mentioned in that, when I did post about that article, is that this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. And hand on heart, I've been through enormous challenge, whether professionally, personally, both intermixed to get to where I am today. But knowing that right where, in those moments, I was right where I needed to be. And in each of those moments, there was a lesson learned from that. And each of those moments, through those lessons, provided me the opportunities to then change the game. So, how are you changing the game? How are you going to change the game and leverage the opportunities at your feet right now? Regardless of how hard they might be to see today, but are you even making a concerted effort to look? Gold doesn't sit at the surface. You got to dig for it. And so, how are you mining for gold? What tools and resources are you using to dig up that gold and to leverage the opportunities in your world today? And trust me, there's opportunities wherever you look, but you've got to look. So that's it from me today. My sincerest thanks again for joining me on another episode of Tea with Ian. And for all of the overwhelming love and support that has just been, as a result of a feature in an article, that I've posted about. And it means a lot. Once again, a special shout out to my amazing wife who's, downstairs right now feeding our amazing daughter. And a special shout out to her as well. Thank you so much to my mentors, my family, my friends, all of the amazing people that I currently have the absolute pleasure of working with and alongside. And to those that I haven't met personally yet or our lives haven't intersected, I cannot wait for the day that actually comes around so that we can achieve our goals together. And just one step to really connect with each other more, because at the end of the day, I do appreciate that this is a one-sided chat, but through your comments and through your interaction, we can create this to be as interactive as you want. And like I mentioned at the start of this episode, I appreciate that 8 a.m. is a time where you're busy rushing your kids to school. You've got other competing priorities. So what I am going to be doing is turning this into an audio only format as well. so that you can listen in your car, you can join in wherever you're at. You can just have playing in the background, whatever suits you. But one thing I did want to give a shout out to is the amazing group of people within the Limitless Network. The Limitless Network is a group of like-minded health entrepreneurs. Whether you're a student to an owner, whether you're an industry leader, a CEO, or even anybody working within the health space, if you value health personally in any shape, size, or form, and at the end of the day, I believe we all do, then this is the network for you. It's, costs you nothing to join. It's more or less a group of like-minded people wanting to support and empower one another along their own health entrepreneurial journey, whether it's for profit or for whether it's our own health and well-being. If you are taking charge of your own health in any way, shape, or form, I believe that you are a health entrepreneur. So that is the group there. And each Friday, we deep dive into a topic in Tea with Z exclusively in the Limitless Network. So I'd love for you to join that group. And yeah, just share your thoughts as well. At the end of the day, this is all about what a community is about. It's creating those levels of interaction and engagement to foster really meaningful conversation. And my purpose is to help health entrepreneurs succeed. And even if it's just one, if I can make a difference to just one person's life, then that's success for me. So thank you once again for all of your love and support. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Tea with Z. And like always, if you have any questions or comments or feedback or anything, you would have noticed this morning that there wasn't a countdown because that some people actually, didn't realize that there was actually content after this countdown or didn't associate it with it. So each morning you'll see at 8 a.m. an episode of Tea with Z, Monday to Friday. And I really look forward to continuing this journey with each and every one of you. But like I said, I'm here to support as well. So if you have any questions, comments, feedback, this is what Tea with Z is all about. So thank you so much. I look forward to catching up with you again tomorrow. Stay safe, stay well, and I look forward to seeing you smash out all of the opportunities that are presenting in your lives right now, despite all of the challenges that we're facing. Take care. Catch you tomorrow. Thanks again. Bye.